Hello, everybody. Welcome to another talk. We're going to kind of continue a little bit of what we had talked about yesterday with naming the chord tones. But I thought we'd focus a little more on visualizing the chord tones and approaches to kind of doing that, and maybe think about some of the things that we talked about yesterday, with more of a concrete thing happening with some visualization here. So if you're checking this out on the podcast, thanks for visiting. Hope you follow and everything. And if you're checking this out on the YouTube channel as a member, thanks for joining and contributing to the channel, and of course you have the benefit of seeing all the video and everything of this. So I think I'll do a little bit of playing here for a little bit, and then we'll get started with some things. Okay, so let's begin here. Let's check my levels on that. Okay, that sounds like it's going okay. All right. Excuse me. So let's go over some kind of things to just sort of solidify and visualize what we're doing, and some of those things I was making an effort to talk a little bit about on that play through with the that tune Ladybird. So let's see if we can come up with some ideas, some shapes to maybe work through that. All right, I think I'm going to take this. As you know, I built a guitar stand ways back, and not using it here today, but sometimes when I play, it's just nice to have the guitar like kind of off the lap a little bit, I find. So here's the guitar strap there. I'm going to take that off. This guitar is really pretty heavy. So let's get going here with some things that we might do and think of with theory and all that as you practice and everything. And all right, so taking chords and just seeing about kind of maybe playing them over one single tone. Okay, so this is a way to help with that kind of idea. So we have this chord C major 7, right? Okay, and then we have this next chord, which is an F minor 7. So we can think about that, before we go on to that, think about how the upper tones, I'm in 8th position playing drop 3, right, on the low 5 strings. These tones here are part of an E minor triad, so second inversion, E minor. So where is F minor, relative to that? Okay, so that's kind of up a half step, so that's something you could kind of work at, like, okay. And see what it's like to maybe put that over that, like a pedal tone or something like that. But really trying to just get at spelling this out relative to that, right? All right, and then we go to B flat 7. So even there, you might say, okay, well, what's it like to play a C and play a B flat 7, and what does that sound like, right? And just to kind of get at sort of the purpose of some of this, which is to be able to maybe break out of the regular patterns of thinking of root 3, 5, and 7, be able to spell out other things like kind of having superimpose changes or substitute changes or whatever it is, right? So here's an example where you might say, okay, this is B flat major triad, but we're putting it over C. Okay. So how would we write that out, right? So, or how would we spell that out? So we might say, okay, we have root. We'll call it's all depends on what you call the root. So root is going to be C, and then we have flat 7, 9, and a 11. It's kind of a sus sound, right? And then so that might be something to even just kind of explore as just sort of an interesting kind of thing. Say, okay, well, what if I play C major 7, and maybe play what if we play F minor? Well, let's see, let's back up from, what if we play this? letting this stand in for F minor there. So let's explore what that sounds like. So. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So it's sort of like F or C minor, 11, right? Or you could say, okay, well, maybe I want something a little closer to C minor. Or just a little, excuse me, a little closer to F minor, right? So this would be an F minor over the C, or a second inversion. All right, so let's hear what that sounds like, okay? Okay, so that's kind of cool. Or maybe we don't want to go to that B flat over that, right? Maybe we want to go from that kind of sound, okay? And then we can visualize, okay, well, what's happening here, right? So we're kind of taking 3 notes, kind of moving them, having a pedal tone. I'm going to spell this out here. Root, 7, 3, 5. Okay, and then we're going to this F minor. But we're trying to get into the practice here of understanding some theory in the fingerboard by spelling it relative to C minor, right? So, or to C. So it's okay. But if this was a root, it's F minor, but what if we want to try to spell this out relative to C? So root, flat 13, flat 7, and 11. Okay, and then the B flat over the C, B flat 7 over the C. Okay, well, then we have root, flat 13, the 9, and the 11. So that gets into kind of, pedal tones and that kind of thing. But those are some things you might try to just sort of visualize and come up with different sounds for it. So you come up with maybe a cool intro. So now this is a little bit of something that I did when I played up front there at the beginning. So we had, so I had the C, right? And then went through that little bit of motion there. And then went into C, but over B this time. So what's kind of interesting about that is that if you take these tones in 2 different directions, the next chord is B flat minor 7, so we could take the root note down and then take the 3 tones on strings 2, 3, and up, or maybe even delay those by a minute. So say, so that sounds kind of cool. So there, then I'm just using like kind of that tritone substitution, A7 or A13 and the A flat. So let's hear what that sounds like. So we're trying to kind of visualize the strings 2, 3, and 4 as being a certain group that kind of stays close to relatively similar intervals between each, and then the bass note kind of taking its own sort of direction. Right, so there I went back to the root, so let's try that again. Some kind of cool little directions that you can take. So now, let's say we're on A flat. Right, so we have a little counter thing happening there, motion. We have this A flat going up. So let's say we have A flat major 7, and I'm putting a 13 on the second string here. And then I'm moving, keeping the middle 2 same. Right. Then you can maybe move this note back out here and then make these changes. Let's hear how that sounds. So. All right, so that's kind of interesting, and just fun to really explore it, see what your ear likes, see what your ear doesn't like, and then move it from there. So I just kind of went A flat, A minor, back out to the D7 sharp 9, and then there I'm just moving 2 notes too. So I'm taking strings 5. So I'm going from a D7 to D minor. So I'm going to take these strings 5 and 3, keep those the same. Move strings 4 and 2 down. So we kind of treat those as individual voices. Okay, and then do a D flat, maybe D flat 9 here. So we get 1 note remaining the same, 1 note, and the other 3 are moving. Okay, and then C major 7. Let's see what we could do here. What if we wanted to put some notes above the C on this kind of this turnaround here? So we've got, let's say C. What if we want to put over C over E flat major, C over A flat major 7, and then the C over the D flat? It's kind of interesting. So we have C major 9, C minor 9, A flat major 7, first inversion, D major 7, second inversion, and then maybe landing on C major. Right. So then we're taking the tones on again on second and third and fourth, and just sort of visualizing a minimal movement. Say if we want to get to an E flat chord, maybe put it over the C, keeping the C all the same there. Right, and then we just move 2 voices down, the middle 2 voices, outer voices remaining the same. Right. Okay, and then say going over to the C major 7. Or so it's kind of like a C minor, the flat 13, but A flat major 7, first inversion. Wonder if we wanted to keep, this would be kind of hard to play, but what if we wanted to put that chord on it? Kind of hard to do, but, or that note on it, kind of hard to do, but then we could keep the top note and the low note same. Now it's going to be kind of hard to do with the D major 7, but maybe change that note. End up on a C sharp 11. Let's try some other things. So that's kind of interesting. Let's follow that path there. So C major 7, and then we're putting the E flat major 7 over the C, no third. Okay, and then playing this. So kind of C major 7 with a 9 and a sharp 11. Okay, and then playing this, so D major 7 or major 7 with a 6 and a 9. And then you even go back to that C major 7. Put a C major 9, put a sharp 11 in that. So some kind of interesting options there for playing on the tune. So I'll do a little playing for a moment, and come back to the. All right, so yeah, thanks so much for checking this live stream out. So a bit of a holiday week here, so things are a little bit different than our regular program, but I'm going to bring back the skill builders next week, I believe, and but this week we'll do some kind of light informal live stream talks. I hope you can join me times there, but definitely leave a comment or question, and love to cover whatever you're interested in there. So thanks again for checking this out, and I'll see you all in the next one.